Waiting just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and share this broadcast. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. I'm just sharing this broadcast to my personal page while you all are hopping on. Okay. I think we're good. Good morning. All right, I'll go ahead and close that. Hi, I am Kara Lewis-Newton, and I am a top leader within my company. We call ourselves Exclusive Black Status, so that is the position I hold. More importantly, I am the team leader of Team Flourish, and these trainings are always for my team, Team Flourish, but I open them up to to my company and to the rest of the direct sales world because I really believe that the more we get better at this, network marketing and direct sales, the better we all do. So if you're with Team Flourish, hashtag Team Flourish, so they know that you're on here. All right, so we're gonna get started. You are currently on my business page. So this is the Kara Lewis-Newton business page. Feel free to share this video. It is public. You can share it in a private group, on team pages, whatever. And make sure you hit the like button for this page so that you can get notified when I do these trainings. All right. So today's training is all about being tech savvy. Not a descriptive that my husband would give for me. I can tell you that much. I have never been tech savvy. I am still not tech savvy. I'm constantly having things go wrong with my phone, my computer. If there is anyone that has a device replaced more often, it's me. I promise you. I am on my 4th iPad, okay? I am on my 3rd laptop. This phone hasn't given me too much trouble, but we're on number 2. All replaced for various reasons, okay? So if you think you have to be super computer savvy or super tech savvy to figure out the world of social media, I'm your girl because I am not, okay? However, I will tell you this about technology. It is a new language. And so if it's not something you feel super comfortable with or super confident with, it is something that you have to spend a little bit of time learning, okay? It is a new skill, all right? And I would say that is a skill I have been learning to master now for the last 2 years. I'm not there yet, but there are aspects of it that I feel like I have. So I'm gonna share them with you today, okay? Is that okay? All right. So there are a couple of things. The first thing you need to think about when you are doing an online business, okay, is what platform you want to use. Okay, there are so many. There's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, right? You can't be an expert at all of them right away. All right. So I always tell new team members, pick one. For me personally, and for the business that I run, Facebook makes the most sense, okay? So that is the one that I have put all of my eggs into, all right? Now, I dabble in a couple of others. So you'll see that I have an Instagram account, and I try and keep up with that to some extent, all right? I used to be on Periscope, and that was another platform that I kind of dabbled in. But my 2 main platforms right now would be Facebook and YouTube. Those are the ones that I really focus on. And I would even say that within Facebook, okay, what are you going to focus on within Facebook? So for me, I really focused on my personal wall. All right. So for the last 2 years, that is what I have poured into. It's really hard, in my opinion, when you're trying to learn a new language, right? The social media language, the technology language, to be trying to learn it for so many different platforms. Because running a business page on Facebook is very different than your personal wall and how you treat that and what you do. And so you'll see that I've just now started a business page, okay? And I'm kind of learning that because I feel like I've become somewhat of an expert on my personal wall, All right. So I would say that doesn't mean don't do them. It just means really pour yourself into one and learning how it works. Okay. Because you know this, when you're running a business, you want to spend your time doing income producing activities. Okay. And honestly, learning social media is not totally an income producing activity. Eventually it is, but if you're spending hours and hours and hours a day trying to figure something out, you're not making money doing that. Okay. You want to be doing the things that are going to make you money. All right. So that's the first thing. Choose your platform. For me and my business and my team, Facebook is that platform. Okay. And then even more descriptive, my personal wall was that platform, and Facebook groups were that platform for me. And that's what I really figured out. Okay. So choose your platform. Then you have to figure out, what do you actually need? Okay. So what do you actually need to make quality content to tell your story? Because that's what I feel like I'm doing every day on my Facebook wall. I'm telling my story. When I'm running virtual parties, I'm telling a story. So what do you actually need to do that? And this is where so many people get hung up, okay? And they decide, I just can't do it. I don't have that. I don't have that. It's too expensive. I don't have that. Let me tell you this. I started my online business 2 years ago with an iPhone 4. That is it. That's it. An iPhone 4. Okay? I didn't have anything else, but I was able to start a business with that. The thing that you really need is the ability to take your finger and push play. Okay? So if you're just starting out, or if you have team members that are just starting out, that is how I encourage you. And that's what I would say that you need to encourage them. You don't need anything but a phone. I do think you need a phone, okay? Or an iPad. I actually started with just an iPad, and I originally did all of my videos on my iPad. So you can do an iPad or a phone, but you just need one device, okay? I eventually got a laptop when my team got a lot bigger and there was just a lot more to manage. I eventually got a laptop, but truthfully, for the first 18 months of my business, I had a phone, okay? Here's the other thing. You have to have the ability to sit in front of a device, push play, or click the camera, okay? It's not going to work right away. It's not. You're not going to like it. You're not going to think it sounds good. You're not going to think it looks good. It's not going to work right away. That's okay. You know why? Because it's going to take time for you to figure out what works for you, okay? You have to do it a lot. So that's what you need. You need a device, and you need to have the stamina to do it a lot. Take a lot of pictures, do a lot of videos, okay? That needs to be done first before we talk about any of the extra stuff, okay? If you're looking at something and you're like, it's not working, my videos aren't working, my pictures aren't working, guess what? You know what my answer is? You're not doing it enough. Okay? Because eventually you will find that sweet spot. You will find that place in your house that's the perfect location. You will find that window that gives you the best lighting, okay? You're not doing it enough. You have to keep doing it, okay? Focus on doing the things, all right? That's what, I hesitated to do this training because I don't want the focus to become on what apps I use, what devices I use, what things I use to make it better, all of that, because that gets very distracting from what you need to be focusing on. Focus on doing the things that are income producing, and that's taking the pictures and doing the videos. Okay, so that's the very first thing. What do you actually need? You need a device, and you need to push play, and you need to keep doing it. All right, so that's what you actually need. Now, what makes it a little bit easier? Okay, we're going to get into that. Well, number one thing that makes it a little bit easier to do the pictures, to do the videos, no distractions. Okay, now I know, because I was one of them, there are a lot of mamas out there doing these online businesses, and the reason you're doing them is so that you can be home with those precious, adorable little children, right, that scream and yell and climb all over you. Here's what I will tell you about that. I think eventually you can get to a place where you can do a video and there is a child in the room around you. But when you're first starting out, see if you can try to find some time, some locations where there isn't. Not because the people watching will be so distracted, but because you will be distracted, okay? And this goes back to keep on doing it, because I could do this training right now with my children right next to me, with my husband staring me down, and it wouldn't faze me a bit because I've done it so much that I can block the distractions out, okay? So what makes it easier? Less distractions for you, okay? The next thing that makes it easier, you want to feel confident about how you look in the camera, right? You want to feel good. You want to feel beautiful, all right? The biggest thing I can tell you about that, it's not making sure that your makeup is perfect, okay? That's not going to be the key factor in when you watch the video again and how you feel about the way you look. You know what it is? It's lighting, okay? You've got to have great lighting, which means you need to get in front of a natural light source. Right now, I'm sitting in front of a window, all right? My phone is right in front of a window. That's why you can see how bright my face is, okay? And I feel confident. I feel like my skin looks good. I feel bright and alive and cheerful because I'm sitting in front of natural light, okay? If I was in my bathroom, like I did 2 years ago with my iPad, and wondered why my skin looked so drab, so dull. I've never used the word drab in my life. That's because nobody looks good in a closed off room with interior lighting, okay? So if you want to feel confident about the way that you look, get in front of a natural light source. In front of it. Don't stand with the natural light source behind you. Get in front of it. You don't want to use yellow lighting. It's going to make you look sickly, okay? Now, that may mean that you need to go sit in the front seat of your minivan. That may be the best place for your lighting right now. I get that. I have girls on my team where it literally is almost impossible to find some natural light. Go get in your car. You can do it. Okay, you can do it. So what makes it easier? No distractions. Good lighting is going to make you feel more confident. It really is. It's going to make you feel more confident, and the people watching are going to want to see, okay? There's nothing worse, and I've told you this before, one of the things that I think has made me successful on Facebook is I have an uncanny ability to scroll through my news feed and look at and decide what's annoying, okay? It's really just my inability to have very much patience. So, but one thing that I find really annoying is to run through my newsfeed and see a video where the lighting is really bad. There's shadows on her face. I don't trust what she's telling me, okay? And I don't want to watch for very long because I can't really see what's going on, okay? So, no distractions, good lighting. Another thing that is really going to make it easier, okay, is having your phone being held by something so you can use your hands, right? Now, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I love to move my arms in videos. Why? Because it makes people stop. They're like, what is that girl doing? She's talking with her hands. She's excited. She's passionate, right? So you need the ability to use your hands, okay? Now, so I can't show you what it is because my phone is actually in it, but what you need to do is go on Amazon and search table phone clip, okay? And you're gonna find a little clip thing where your phone sits in it, and you can adjust the height because you want the height to be as if someone was sitting right across from you. There is nothing worse than this, right? I will click off on that so fast, or this. That's just, it doesn't seem like it would be annoying to the person doing the video, but it is extremely annoying to the person watching the video, okay? The person watching the video needs to feel like they are talking to you, that you're sitting right across from them, okay? Now I've messed up my phone. Table phone clip on Amazon. I think it's like $7.99, people, okay? I've been through 2 of them because I break things. We already talked about that. Okay. But you can get tripods. I also have a tripod that works. Again, you're going to find what works best for you, and it's not going to be right away. You're going to have to do a lot of trial and error, okay? You have probably, if you've been following me for any length of time, you've seen that my background has changed because I have moved around my house 50 times to figure out where the best place is for me to do my videos, okay? It's going to take a little while. It's not going to be perfect right away, all right? So when you're just starting out and you're looking at these people that have been with a company for 2 years and you're like, well, my videos doesn't look like that. No kidding, neither did hers 2 years ago. You'll get there, all right? But it's going to take a little while. So What makes it easier? Getting something to hold the phone for you, okay? It's not expensive. Also, when you're taking the camera, when you're taking a picture, I have found that a selfie stick really does help sometimes, okay? So I have a selfie stick here. They don't have to be expensive, all right? Depending on how much of yourself you want to show, the more of yourself that you want to show, get a selfie stick, okay? And that really does make a big difference. And you can play with that. Sometimes I don't like the selfie stick. Sometimes it's just a lot easier to hold the phone out, right? But again, there are angles. You will figure out which one is best for you. It's never best down here, okay? Know that. It's never best down here, all right? So you'll find what the best angle is for you. You want your hands to be free. You want your eyes to be able to look into the camera. Another thing that makes it easier, and some of you are not going to like this, okay? Start out filming your videos horizontal, okay? The women who start out filming their videos vertical, that means the phone up and down the way you hold it, okay, have a very difficult time switching over to horizontal, okay? Here is why. Eventually, if you want to transport your video to an app or to a program to do some things to your video, to do some editing, it needs to be horizontal, okay? It's not going to transfer well if it's not horizontal, okay? Especially too if like someone on your team wants to put a compilation video together. I know we have that on a lot of, on our team. You always want to film it horizontal or you're going to be that one person whose video looks different, okay? And here's what it looks different. When you film vertical, when someone's watching you on Facebook, okay, your picture will come up normal just in the regular Facebook feed, the news feed. But if they turn their phone horizontal to watch the video, which is what most people do, you're going to have a video that has very solid black, two solid black lines on either side, and it's going to shrink your video. So they're only going to get this small portion of you, and the rest of their screen is going to be black. Okay, that's what's going to happen if you transport the video to a video editing software too. You're just going to have this small portion of the video and then the sides are going to be black. Okay, if they watch your video on a laptop, same thing. It's just going to be this small portion of you. All right, if you transfer it to YouTube, same thing. Small portion of you. Are you getting my point? Okay, you need to film your videos horizontal. It's a little awkward at first because you're like, where do I look? Where do I look? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about where you look. You will get used to it and people aren't critiquing you that much, okay? You know, the camera is on the side, so I just occasionally make eye contact with the camera, okay? But that is a huge, huge tip. You want to film horizontally, okay? And that's going to make it a lot easier when you want to start doing some things to your videos, okay? All right, so we've talked about choosing one platform, what you actually need, what makes this easier. Now, what can enhance the experience that I'm giving, okay? So at this point, now you're saying, I want to use some apps. I want to use some things that will spice up my videos or my pictures, right? I would say you get to this point once you have the confidence, okay? Once you've done this a lot, all right? Because again, this is just bringing in distractions. When a person who does not feel very confident doing videos starts using apps and programs, it just becomes very overwhelming, okay? So get confident taking the pictures and doing the videos. All right, what can enhance the experience? Apps, okay? Now, same thing with your platform. You choose one and you become an expert at it. With apps, I think it's the same way. Choose one or two and become an expert at it. Your phone does not need to have 15 apps for video editing, okay? First of all, I don't know how you have them on storage, okay? But choose one or two. All right, there are a lot of them out there, but become an expert in that. The other reason for this too is it just keeps your branding seamless and smooth, right? So all your videos kind of look the same, right? They know what to expect. The wording, the font kind of looks the same, okay? So choose one or two and become an expert at that. So far as video apps, there are a lot of them out there. Video Shop, Viva Video, Majesto, iMovie, there's a whole bunch that you could use. Choose one, okay? I personally have chosen Video Shop for my videos that I do with my virtual parties, okay? Why have I chosen that? Well, because it's an app. It's on my phone. It's really easy for me to use. I learned how to use it. It didn't take me very long, okay? And I just use it for all my videos. Now, I don't add music to my videos in my virtual parties. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Why don't I add music to my videos and virtual parties? Well, for one, I need my videos for my virtual parties to fit on my phone, okay? So they can't take up a lot of space. So they have to be short, all right? And they have to not take up a lot of memory, and the music adds a lot of memory. I do use Video Shop to add some wording and some text to my videos to further explain what I'm talking about in my video, okay? I use Video Shop because I can edit right on my phone, and I keep all of my parties right there on my phone, okay? So that's what I use. I also don't add music to it because Facebook doesn't like music in videos. Super annoying. I hope we can get past this. But I have found that I'll have a video that I've been able to post for an entire year, and then all of a sudden Facebook is like, sorry, we don't like that music. So I've taken the music out of my videos, okay, for my parties. And I use Video Shop. Could I use some of the other apps? I absolutely could. Guess what? I'm too busy doing the things to figure out a whole bunch of apps. That's not income producing for me, okay? So I've chosen one. And that's the one that I've chosen. Is it the best one? I don't know. It's been working for me, okay? But find one that you like. Find one that you feel comfortable with. Take some time and learn it. But don't try and learn 15, okay? Now, for my videos that I post on my wall and in my customer base group and then on YouTube, these I put a little bit more time and thought into, okay? Because they don't have to fit on my phone because I'm only really posting them for a one-time thing. I use iMovie for that. So I record my video on my phone, I send it to my laptop, and I use iMovie for editing that. I did not start using iMovie until about 6 months ago. It takes a little bit of time to learn, okay? So if you're just starting out, don't even worry about it. Get confident with your videos and your pictures. You know, use an app to do some editing for your videos for your parties, and don't even worry about editing software, okay? But I do use iMovie for my videos that are going on my wall and going in my customer base group because I don't have to put them on my phone, okay? Because they have more memory in them. They're larger files, okay? So I have become an expert in just two. And I don't even know if I'd say expert in iMovie yet, but Video Shop and iMovie. That's what I use for my videos, okay? I think people get way too hung up on trying to get the next app. Okay. Now, as far as pictures, same thing. I know that there are so many apps for pictures out there. Again, I don't have time to become an expert in 10 different photo apps. All right. I have chosen a couple, and those are the ones that I use all the time. Okay. Again, same thing with branding. People kind of expect a certain look, and I can do it quick, fast, because it's technically not an income producing activity. So I want to be able to do it fast. Okay. So for me, there's Pics, A Beautiful Mess, Word Swag, Photify. I mean, there's PicMonkey. There's a whole bunch out there. So find one that you really like and stick with it. Now, I will say with photos, I usually have to use more than one. So I'll do a collage, say in A Beautiful Mess, and then I'll go over to Word Swag and I'll add the wording on it, okay? Now, be careful with your collages, okay? I feel very strongly that the best advertisement is a good, classic, best lighting, single picture of you, okay? With maybe some wording on it. I don't like to do collages with products. It looks spammy. You can quickly go from a great picture to spammy and graphic-y with collages and wording, okay? So just keep it as simple as possible, all right? Keep it as simple as possible. If you look through my personal wall, you'll see that my pictures, there's not a lot of collages. You might see a picture with some wording, but there's not a lot of collages, okay? So that's my best advice for advertising with pictures, okay? And again, just choose one or two, all right? Don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out the complicated ones. I've downloaded some. I'm like, nope, this is going to take me too long. I know how to use this other one. I'm going to stick with it, all right? Okay, so we're still talking about what enhances the experience, okay? And so we talked about video apps, picture apps. Now we're going to talk about filters. So how do I feel about filters? I think again, I've told you when scrolling through my newsfeed, I'm always cognizant of the things that just rub me the wrong way, right? Filters do that. Even when someone's not trying to sell me something, right? It just says to me, you weren't confident enough to post the true picture. That you looked at it and you felt bad about the way you looked, and so you had to change it so that it was good enough to post on Facebook. And I am all about being authentic and genuine on Facebook. And the filters really send the wrong message, okay? What I have found is women want to see women who are confident the way that they are. And a woman that has to post a very filtered picture does not send that message, and other women do not like that. They don't, okay? So I know it's a touchy subject. So what do I mean by filters? Because do I use them? I do actually, occasionally. Let me tell you how I use them. I do not use filters that blur lines, okay? I do not use filters that blur lines, okay? I have some lines. They are there. That is who I am. To blur them out is advertising something that is not true, okay? I do not use filters that smooth my skin, okay? That is not authentic to who I am, and that is not true. I will tell you this, Snapchat filters are bad, really bad, okay? You do not want to use any Snapchat filters. I would say the same is probably true for Instagram. You don't want to use those filters, okay? Now, if it's just a picture of, a lifestyle post, a food post, whatever, filter it up. Use all kinds of different stuff. That's great. But if you're trying to show what you look like, be true to who you are, okay? Now, when do I use filters? Well, again, I use them for lifestyle posts just to make them interesting. I like to change things up, right? To make it look interesting. Food posts, make it look interesting, all right? I will use a filter that enhances lighting, okay? So what does that mean? What that means is when you look in the mirror, okay, what you see sometimes does not always transfer to the picture as well as you would like because of lighting, okay? So I will occasionally enhance lighting to make something a little bit brighter so that you can actually see the true color of my lips, okay? That what I actually see when I look in the mirror, okay? Or what I actually see on my eyes when I look in the mirror. And so I'll make it a little brighter. Not fuzzing lines, not smoothing skin, but just making the lighting a little bit brighter so that people can really see what I'm trying to show them, okay? The app that I use for that is Color Story. I love it. However, there are only maybe 2 or 3 filters that I actually use on there because they don't change who I am authentically, okay? They just change the lighting a bit, okay? All right, so and as far as videos with filters, I don't use filters on videos, okay? I think most people look fabulous on videos if you're using natural light, right? Like, I love my skin right now in this video because of the natural light, okay? No filter needed. Now, occasionally I will change the filter just a bit on the edges, okay? So I'll fuzz out the edges just to make it kind of a vignette looking thing where it just catches someone's attention. It's a little different, okay? But I never change this, all right? I never change this. Okay, so that's how we've talked about what platform you're gonna use, what you actually need to sell things on social media, okay? What makes it easier, what things make it easier to do this, and then what can enhance the experience, all right? So, how do you learn all this? Like, I get it. It's hard. It's a lot of information, right? It's really, really hard. Trial and error. Just trial and error. I've tried it. Like I said, I've tried a few apps. I'm like, my brain is not working. This is not working for me. I can't seem to get this without having to spend an exorbitant amount of time on it. And so I'm going to move on. Okay. Trial and error. This room is not working for me. I'm very distracted in this room. So I'm going to move to a different room, right? This device thing holding, it keeps falling. I need to find something else. Trial and error. Okay. So if your first video is not perfect, join the club. Join the club. My first 25 videos were not even close to being perfect. They're still not perfect, okay? Keep practicing. Push play and keep practicing. And then just find two that you can really learn, okay? Start with one picture app and one video app that you can learn. And like I said, I gave you some of the names of the ones that I use. So I feel like I talked really fast. I hope that was helpful. I will take some time to just take a few questions. Okay, I see one. Do I use the halo light? That is a great question. Okay, no, I don't. Because I have the ability to do most of my videos during the day. Now, if you're a side hustler and you have to do your videos in the evenings, I absolutely 100% recommend getting a lighting system. Absolutely. You can find them on Amazon. I know that it's called the Newer Light, the Diva Light. You can also go on Pinterest and search how to make your own halo light. But I absolutely think getting a lighting system is going to change your life if you are a side hustler and you have to do your videos in the evening. For sure. It's worth the investment. Okay. Good. I wasn't sure how helpful this would be because I'm not actually telling you how to use these apps. I mean, that would be a very, very boring training. Okay. Yes, ask your 12-year-old. My 11-year-old has helped me so much in figuring stuff out. How do I know what lighting system is the best? Go on the reviews off of Amazon, honestly. And then, ask around. But I know that the Newer Light and the Diva Light work really well. And you can get smaller versions of them that are like tripod versions. I'm actually going to get one because I'm going to start doing more videos at night. So I will be getting one. But if you don't do your videos at night, don't spend the money on it yet. Just wait. Okay, wait till you get. I think that's one thing that has worked well for me is I just keep doing what I'm doing until it's not working anymore. Okay, so I just kept using my phone until that wasn't working anymore, and then I got a laptop. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. I'm so happy this was helpful. Good, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was going to be helpful or not because I know that I'm not giving like actual specific app training. You would not want me to give specific app training. I would not do a good job. Yes, you can go into your Facebook settings and you actually have to choose upload in HD. So under your photos, you actually need to choose upload in HD. Okay. And like I said, feel free to share this training if it's going to be helpful with your team or your company. I know I have several different companies represented on here today. Good, good, good. So happy. Does laptop have live? No, you can't do live on your laptop yet. I think there are some programs where you can, but I haven't tried that yet. Because again, like I don't really need that capability yet. So I'm not going to spend the time doing that. Does that make sense? I think the most important thing that you can take away from this is focus on doing the things. Focus on doing the things that are income producing. So don't spend a ton of time worrying about apps and enhancements and devices. Just push play. Okay? All right, my eye makeup. My eye makeup is, so I need to look in the mirror. I have Elegant and Extravagant Cream Shadow. And then I think in the corner is just a matte brown. I believe I used Bravo from Palette 4, which are the products that I sell. And then just Perfect Eyeliner. And I'm using Soulful Liquid Lip with Extravagant Splurge Cream Shadow in the center of my lips. So, all right. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been fun. Like I said, I always try to answer as many questions as I can when I get them. If I don't respond to you, I will try. I will try. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. It's been fun. I will be back next week. So stay tuned for a training that is coming next week that I'm really excited about. I haven't been this excited about a training that I've been preparing for a long time. And it's called Learning to be Led. And it's just something that's been on my heart lately and something that I have personally been working a lot on is learning how to be led. as a leader, learning how to be led. And so next week, we're going to talk about that. And I think it's going to be awesome. So make sure you look out for that next training. Make sure you like this business page so that you can be a part of it. So, all right, have a great day. Thanks a lot.